Hi guys! Okay, so as promised, I'm going to give my thoughts and feedback on the X39 Stem Cell Patch, the first 30 days of using it. So for those of you that don't know what this is a phototherapy patch. It looks like this. That's the back. That's kind of the sticker part that you peel off. So it's maybe just a little bit bigger than a quarter, and you wear it for 12 hours and you take it off for 12 hours. It's 96% plant-based. It's made of nanocrystals. It takes the body's own infrared light, just as in like the sunlight, and it converts it back. So the patch essentially reflects the infrared light back into the body, and it elevates the copper peptides inside of the body. Copper peptides are like the most incredible thing. They activate the body's own stem cells, and that's like the holy grail of stem cells. People spend tens of thousands of dollars on stem cell injections with a 30% risk of something going wrong, and also a very high chance of it not working. The interesting thing about stem cells is that they actually die very quickly. So if you're not doing anything about the inflammation in your body, then you're just wasting your money. So there are people who have had great results with stem cell injections, but for most of us that don't have tens of thousands of dollars to spend on stem cell injections, this patch, which you can get for $99 for a 30-day supply, is amazing and so worth it. So I'm gonna go ahead and say, first of all, I highly recommend this product, like highly recommend it. And I didn't even want to use it, in all honesty. I'd heard about it a long time ago and I wasn't really interested. It wasn't until my son, who's had some developmental delays, he's almost 3, it was recommended for him. And there were a lot of stories and testimonies of parents who have their children on it, who their children have developmental disorders, delays on the spectrum, and not able to ride a bike, not able to speak, and just after a few months of wearing this patch have had significant breakthrough. So when I started hearing these testimonies, it really got my attention, and I got it on myself and my husband and my children. And so we started wearing it. The first day I started wearing it was August 27th. And from then on, I just dove into the research. I dove into the testimonies. I dove into the weekly Zoom calls. I wanted to learn as much as possible about this product and how it was helping people. And if it was for real, in all honesty, because it sounds really great. But they had done over 80 clinical studies. They had over 5,000 published med reviews on this product, and the testimonies are just outstanding. And at the end of the day, who doesn't want to be younger? The founder of this company is saying this is not age anti-aging, this is age reversing, based on a study that they did on the cardiovascular and the heart. 14 out of 15 people in this study showed that their heart reversed in age by an average of 8 years from just 6 months of wearing the patch, which to me sounded pretty spectacular. That got my attention. I mean, like I said, who doesn't want to be younger? I do. You know, I'm 36, and I know that by the time that you reach the age of 30, your stem cells already are 50% dormant, and by the time you reach the age of 60, they're 90% dormant. So that's why we have things like slower healing and just an array of issues. Again, the company doesn't make any health claims. To be honest, they really don't need to. Their testimonies speak for themselves. And that was kind of what got me. So I just want to share that, because when I find something really good, especially when it's health related, since all of the challenges and the health issues that I've been through over the years, I have to share it, because this to me is miraculous. And one of the things I love about this company is that the founder is Christian and talks about the Lord, talks about life extension, talks about the Bible, and how this is literally God tech. And I believe it. You know, I'm a believer in Christ, so I believe the word. So here we go. So the first day I actually got it, it didn't arrive until 12, and you're supposed to wear it for 12 hours. So 12 hours on, 12 hours off, to be able to give your body enough time to regenerate. It kind of like tricks your body in a way. So I got them at noon, but that day I had a migraine and I was like, should I wait till tomorrow? Should I just put it on? So I did end up putting it on at 12, And backstory too, I have had a lot of health issues, especially since I had kids. And it wasn't until probably about a year and a half ago I found out that I have double scoliosis in my spine. I do have weekly chiropractic appointments to have adjustments, PT, venous flytrap injections, those types of things to really help with the pain, and do exercises and things to help. But it's something that you have to manage. And you're pretty much, with that kind of a curve, especially with holding my son, he wanted to be on my hip, which made it a lot worse. I didn't know he was pushing the curve more that way. You're in pain a lot of the time. So one of the things that I noticed that I couldn't quite believe was that 3 hours after I put the patch on, I had no pain in my back. And at first I thought I was imagining it. I was like, okay, this is a placebo. I'm like, I'm imagining this, you know, surely this isn't happening. But it did. I had a migraine that day. I did take medication for it, but the migraine went away within 2 hours. And that night, I slept the whole night through from 10:30 p.m. till 5:45 a.m. I have not done that since before I had kids. I mean, that to me was pretty amazing. The fact that I could sleep longer than 6 hours straight. Just to get up to go to the bathroom or just wake up and go back to sleep. I slept the whole night, and I haven't done that in years. So that caught my attention, because to me, for those that know me, I love my sleep. I love my rest. And so sleep's really important to me. You know, sleep's also very important for our health, to get a good night's sleep. Day 2, I noticed I was super sensitive. I actually have CBD oil, and I usually would take that at night when I would go to sleep. But I remember taking it that night, and I had to make notes so I could remember everything, so I knew I wasn't going to do this within the 30 days. I felt like I was high, which was a very interesting experience, because I have not smoked weed for many years. So that was not actually a very nice feeling. But I thought, well, maybe my body's just really sensitive. I have no idea if it was because of the patch, but I've been using CBD oil and not had any kind of effect like that for years. So that was really interesting to me. Again, I slept for 7 hours straight, got up at 6:40 in the morning, full of energy. Day 3, I woke up before my alarm. That's all I wrote. Slept the whole night, full of energy. Day 9, let's see, still no back pain. Last 2 workouts have been phenomenal. So I have a PT. I work with a trainer twice a week who's amazing. Shout out to Michael. And so my workouts were strong, like really strong. I noticed that my hair loss has stopped. This is something that I've been dealing with for a long time, the hair loss. I've tried all kinds of stuff. I even did onion juice for a long time. Yes, onion juice. Yes, onion juice. That is juicing an onion, a red onion, in a blender, squeezing out the pulp, putting the juice on your head, and leaving it for 30 minutes. It's an old Indian technique, and yes, it does work, but it stinks, and it makes your eyes water. And so I would do that twice a week, and it did stop my hair from shedding, but then when I stopped doing it after a few weeks, I noticed it was coming back again. But I heard the Lord very clearly speak to me and say, don't start doing it again, wait, have faith. And so my hair loss did stop, thank God. I've got day 10. I feel like the Energizer Bunny, so much energy. And again, I put that back down to the fact that a stem cell becomes whatever you need it to be. It becomes energized in the body. Like literally, a cell will become what it needs to be. And the one thing that it does is it becomes super energized. So one of the things that they will say is that you'll feel like you have a lot more energy, which was something that I needed. Without having to have, things like caffeine and all things that are actually damaging to your body. Let's see, what else did I write? Also stopped having any sugar cravings, so that's good. No cravings for junk food, which I still don't have now, I have to say. I don't have any cravings for sugar. And we just went to Europe for 2 weeks, so I'll touch on that in a sec. Day 13, finally got back to, I don't know what I wrote here. Oh, okay, so I added the glutathione patch, which I'm not gonna talk too much about today. The glutathione is like an add-on patch that they have, which they say increases glutathione in the body by 300% versus 40% over a month of taking a supplement. But it is recommended that you use it every other day because it can make you detox. And I didn't know that. So I used it for 5 days and got like cold-like symptoms. So I wrote here, finally feel great again. Using the glutathione patch for 5 days. Great sleep. That was what I wrote. Day 18, slept 8 hours straight. Wow. And then that was September 16th. So 2 days after that, we left to go to England. And I was praying about this, but apparently it was supposed to be really good for jet lag. And I kid you not, I did not have jet lag going to England. Now, usually when I go to the UK, the jet lag going that way against the jet stream for some reason is really, really hard. But me and Asher, who are the ones who were consistently using the patches, slept the whole night, every night. I was so surprised that Asher did. He slept 12 hours. I even got up in the night and I was out of it. And I heard Noah, my 6-year-old, and my husband upstairs in the kitchen eating at 1:30 in the morning. I'm like, what are you guys doing? You're making so much noise, because I didn't want them to wake up Asher. And they're like, oh, we can't sleep, we're hungry, you know? And I'm like, okay, well, you guys just do what you want to do. I'm going back to sleep. So me and Asher slept. I didn't feel ill. And I was worried because I had to drive. So it's a 9.5-hour night flight to the UK. And then we had to get a rental car, drive 2 hours down south, take a ferry over to the Isle of Wight where my family live. And then, you know, continue with the rest of the day. And I was the one that was driving. And so I needed to be well. And most times when I had gone to the UK in the past, I'd always had a migraine. I'd always felt sick and nauseous as soon as we'd landed, and just with the time zone and everything. I felt great. It was probably a combination of prayer and the patches. I truly believe the patches helped me so much with the jet lag. So after that, we went to Italy, and I have to admit, I did not consistently use the patch while I was there. We were so busy that I didn't have the time to, I wasn't at the time, I just kept forgetting, in all honesty. And I was so involved with like everything that we were doing and here and there, and everyone was off with their sleep because we were just out and about so much. But I have to say, I did notice my back pain come back, and it got pretty bad. And I think because of the flights, and then I wasn't using the patch, and then I would remember to use the patch, and then it was at nighttime, and then I would forget again in the morning, and then so it was kind of, so on the 3rd of October we flew back to the States, and it was a pretty long flight, and it was super uncomfortable. The day after I got back was the day I started using the patches again, and unfortunately I got COVID the exact same day. And I knew it was something that was really bad, because when I had had COVID before, I'm sorry, this video is getting really long. It wasn't my intention. When I had had COVID before, when I was 38 weeks pregnant, and I had pneumonia and I had a fever for a week, and I was very, very, very sick. So I recognized the feeling of exhaustion, congestion, and I felt very like something was very wrong with me. So I went to the doctor, they tested me, and they said it was COVID. So I was like, oh boy, like what's this gonna look like? What's this gonna be like, you know, after the first time? Of course, the first time I did have BII, I had my breast implants in still, and I also was pregnant, so there was a lot of other factors to that. That's a whole nother story, which I've shared about before, my journey, but needless to say, I kept on with the patches, kept up with my supplements, rested, drank a ton of water, and within 4 days I was better. To me, that was pretty miraculous given the first time how sick I was. So to make this video shorter, I could keep talking. I will do another video more in depth on the science and some of the testimonies, not only from people that I've seen and heard from, but just incredible stories with this thing. So I can't stop raving about it. Like when I start talking about it, I can't stop, and it's kind of an issue. But I love this. I love it. I highly recommend it. If you want more info about it, reach out to me. I'd be happy to talk to you. As I said, you might not get me to shut up, but there you go. It's pretty awesome. I'll include a link somewhere below, above, somewhere around. If not, go to my bio and it will be there. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to you guys soon.